Hey y'all, so I'm gonna jump right into the tutorial because I want to show you guys these magnets that I got from Amazon. Now a friend of mine showed me a TikTok video and a nail tech was using these to help with sizing. So all you do is place the magnets at the back of your nail cutter, and when you go and you place them on the tip, it stops where the skin meets the magnet. So every tip that you cut is going to be that same size. So sounds pretty perfect, right? Well, I've been using them and they do work, but I feel like you have to know how to use them. So when you place them on the nail and then you push back to the skin, if you push back further onto the skin, then every time you cut a tip, you need to be pushing using that same pressure with every tip. Does that make sense? So if I was to place this on the nail and barely touch the skin and then go to the next one and I push further back and use more pressure, then it's going to be an uneven cut. So you have to make sure that you're using the same amount of pressure through each cut. Now I also find that if you kind of turn the hand to the side, not all the way, but you just see where you're placing the magnets, that also helps. Now once I get done cutting all of them, I'm going to, of course, still measure my tips. And to do this, I take the magnets off because I do find that sometimes you do need to cut just a little bit because there still can be some unevenness. Now I find that this is very helpful when it comes to the pinky and the thumb. Y'all know with pinkies and thumb, it's kind of just been a guess of the sizes, you know, and I feel like it's all preference too. Now for me, I do not like my pinkies really long, or my thumbs for that matter. So I just kind of, you know, make it to my liking. But with this though, I do find that they cut my pinkies and thumbs really well. So it's just a little nail tech hack. I'm going to continue to try to use it and see if I continue to like it. Some days I use it and some days I don't. So it just depends on how I feel. But after I get done doing all of that, I'm going to come in and take my stork scissors and just cut barely a little bit off of the sides. Now she's going for a coffin tip and I don't want them super wide. I do want them a little bit narrow. So that's why I'm doing that, just taking a little bit off. Once I do that, I'm going to come in with my hand file and I'm going to get these into shape. Now, one thing you want to focus on when you're shaping your tips, do not go over the natural sidewalls. I find that when I first started, I would go in and I would just foul like nobody's business, not fouling only where I need to. You place the tip on and you place it from sidewall to sidewall, and then if you go in and you foul that sidewall, then you're really just ruining that tip and you're going to ruin the shape. So pay attention to your sidewalls when you're shaping your tips. So once I get all of my prep done, we're going to head into application. Now here you see me swatching. I am just showing my client the different nudes that I pulled and I'm going to let her choose between those two. I have been doing this lately because sometimes, y'all, I find that I'll second guess myself and I'll be like, well, maybe they didn't like that nude, or I should have used the lighter one, or I should have did this. So now I'm just covering myself and asking them for their opinion. And that's one thing I feel like, you know, you need to do as a nail tech. You need to have the client have a say so in whatever they can, because, well, for me, I never want to feel like I'm doing something and they're going to end up not liking it. That's kind of why I really don't like freestyles. I do, but then I don't. I like them on the people who I absolutely know their style. Like when I had did I think it was a haul, I was mentioning, you know, when I do a freestyle, I tell the client, you know, I don't know what you want. Yes, they want me to do what I want, but I don't know your style, because some things I may like and you may not like. So I want to be absolutely clear when the client comes in and they choose their design. So I try to, ask questions anytime I can get their input. I always try to do that. Just, for peace of mind more than anything. So now what you see me doing is just applying that nude color, and I can't remember what nude color this is, y'all. I'm starting to get to the bottom of my stash, and y'all know when that happens, I just start mixing whatever I have. So this could possibly be just a self mix. Now I'm using my new brush from Kira Sky. It's the number 16, and so far it's been working. I really like it. It probably won't last, but it is what it is when it comes to my nail brushes. Now for this set, it is basically going to be just all nude, because I'm going to come in at the end and do a gel polish design on top. So I'm going to just apply this nude, and I always apply my acrylic the same way. I pretty much do it in 2 beads. Here lately though, I have been trying to switch up my application. I'm telling y'all, I am constantly trying new techniques, trying new ways to lay my acrylic, trying new ways to file my nails, always trying to see if I can find something better that works for me. So like I said, for my application, it's going to be just all nude. Now we are heading into these last few months of the year, and this by far I feel like is the busiest time for a nail tech. You come up on Halloween, Christmas, and then New Year's, and those are the times that people really go all out with their nails. Like they're coming in and they're getting all types of really cool nail art, a lot of glitter, a lot of all of that good stuff. For Halloween, I feel like it's more gel polish designs. So a lot of the designs are going to be on top. Not a lot of encapsulated designs, which is kind of what I love the best because you can smooth it out, you can make it exactly how you want it. Gel polish, you can too. I feel like I'm getting better at my gel polish designs, and that's only because I'm doing more of them. I have some girls who come in and I will kind of push myself to do the hand painting and hand drawing art, because if I don't do it, then I'm not going to get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, gravitating towards my stickers, gravitating towards my stamping, I'm trying to do better at doing things that I know I could do. I just, have to do it. So Halloween is the perfect time to do that. A lot of stuff too, y'all, when I end up doing it, I'm like, oh, that wasn't bad at all. That was pretty much easy. And I'm making things harder than what it is, which is what I always do, but I'm trying to get better. So I'm just going to continue on building all of these nails with this nude acrylic. Once I do that, I do cap these in clear, and then we are going to be done with the application. Okay, so I have all of my application done, and now I'm going to start my finish filing. Now I've already taken my hand file and I have kind of sharpened up the perimeter of those nail tips, and now I'm coming in with my sanding band, and I'm more so focusing on the back area of the nail, the cuticle area, and I'm going to smooth that out, and then I'll just bring that through the rest of the nail and smooth out the body. Okay, so for my design, I am doing a inspired set. So here you see me with my paint gel, and then I have my picture for reference. So the first thing I'm going to do is start on that pinky nail, and I'm going to create a French. Now, when I was looking at this picture, all of it, the design was pretty much, like I said, on top. And sometimes I would still like do my French with acrylic, but this time I was like, no, all of it is gel, so I'm just going to do it like that and carve out a French. Now you see me start off by creating my little starter line, and then I'll turn her hand around and check to see if it's all even. Now I'm going to just go back over that line and kind of thicken it up and make sure that I have it all filled in. And then I'm going to check it again. I always like double check. I'll turn her around to see her point of view, because that's really what matters. It can look even from my side, but then as soon as I turn it around, you can kind of tell where it's not. So I always double check. And if I didn't mention, I'm using my Magpie striper brush and my Young Nails paint gel. So now that I have that line defined, I'm going to come in with another Magpie brush, and this is just a short nail art brush, and now I'm going to fill in my French. So I'm going to start at the tip and then just work down, making sure that I'm not overlapping that line that I created. And with the paint gel, I feel like it is really helpful when it comes to doing stuff like this, when it comes to doing nail art, because it's not so thin that you have to keep going back and just applying it and applying it. That's how your nails get, thicker. So if you start off with, paint gel and just work that paint gel in, it really fills it in. And really, I'm not even going to do a second coat on this one. I'm just going to make sure that I really stroke through this and get enough color from there that I need, because I'm going to go on top of this anyway too and add another design. So I don't need it to be opaque, because it's just going to be my background. And then when she comes out of the lamp, I'm going to take my Blossom gel and I'm going to just put a thin layer over the nail. Now I'm going to come in and just create those, I guess, reptile designs, and I'm going to use white for that. Now I started out reaching for my white paint gel, but I switched to just a regular gel polish. Now for this design, when you're using Blossom gel, I find that you want to use a polish that's much thinner. That way it blooms easier. You can still do it, I'm sure, but I just feel like the thin gel will bloom better. So I'm just going to continue creating this design. For the center, I started at the tip and I took my brush and I just did like a thin stroke through the center, and then I just worked my way all the way up. Now for the sides, I'm doing the same thing. I'm starting at the tip, but I'm using dots and just working my way up. Now once I have it complete, I kind of let her sit there so I can give time for that polish to bloom to my liking. Once I have it where I want it, then I let her cure for 60 seconds. Okay, so for the middle finger, this one features a black side tip, I guess, and then it has some art going in the center of it. So I'm going to come in with my nail art brush, my striper, and I'm going to create that outer line first and then fill in the rest. I find when you're doing anything when it comes to nail art, if you can start with a outline first and then just fill it in, that makes it just so much easier. Now I'm coming in with that other nail art brush and I'm just filling in that space. I also found that I liked the way this brush really created that swivel, and see how it kind of defined that line even more that I made. So on the opposite hand, I just started out with using this brush and I just created that swirl and then filled it in. I really like the way that brush made that. So I'm going to make sure that I really stroke this polish in, because I want to be able to use a thin coat and still get opaqueness so my nails won't get thick. That's the main thing I hate, y'all, when using gel polish. So you'll see me really trying to get an opaque color out of this paint gel. So I've already cured this, and now I'm coming back with some more Blossom gel, and I'm going to take my striping brush and I'm going to take that white and just run it through the center of that black. No kind of rhyme or reason, I'm just running it through and creating like a little white swivel in that black. So once I have that done, I'm going to cure that. I always cure in between designs. You never want to just go on top when you haven't cured your gel and start another design. So I got that cured, and now I'm going to come in and really start making some little designs in this nail. And I'm just going to create some little dots. I'm also going to create some little stars. So I'm just kind of trying to find room to do that. Because I should have made my little black swirl a little bit bigger, and I would have had a lot more room to do more, but this was fine. So I'm just going to create those dots where I can, and then I'm going to cure this nail. Okay, so for my next nail, I'm going to use some of my nail stickers that I made in my previous video. So if you watch that, I did make some nail stickers using my Cricut, and I'm going to show you guys how I use them today. So I'm going to put this on the ring finger, and we're going to use that Scream face, and I'm just going to take that sticker off, and I'm going to place it on the center of her nail. Once I have it there, I'm going to really just start pressing that in, and look at me, y'all, there I go. At first you see me using my fingers, but I have this tool here. I have to remember what it's for. This is to press that sticker in, and I have been using it, and it works so well. It really places those stickers on that nail and gets them really stuck on there. So I've been loving this little tool. Now I'm going to come in, y'all, and I'm going to pretty much like incorporate some gel to really make this sticker pop and not look like an actual sticker, but look like, you know, I actually drew it. So I'm going to take my art gel, and I'm just going to fill in those spaces with that black gel. Now anytime you're using stickers, sometimes if you only like place a sticker on and that's it, it can kind of look like blah. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to add to it, you definitely can. You can do that by adding gel. You can do it by adding more stickers. But this is something that's really just going to make that sticker pop. Now I'm being really careful when I'm filling it in. I'm only filling in those little empty spots that need to. I could have even went around the perimeter of the sticker and outlined it, and that really would have brought it in, but we didn't have much room, and she did have another design that I was going to put on this nail. But that is definitely something you want to do if you're incorporating stickers and you kind of want to make them pop even more. Okay, so I have that all filled in, and I have cured her for 60 seconds. Now I'm coming and finishing the design on this finger by adding some drips from the cuticle area. So when I do drips, I always kind of, well, no, I don't always. Either I'm going to start with my back line first, or I'm going to start with the drips. Either one. So I'm starting at the back, and I'm creating that back area, and I'm just going along the cuticle area, making sure that I'm really filling that spot and I'm not leaving any empty nude behind there. And then I'm going to start coming down and creating my drips. Now when doing this, like I said, I really don't have much room, so I'm being very careful not to kind of do too much and end up not, you know, being able to place everything that I need to. So first I'm starting out by just bringing that black down. That's where I'm going to start my drips. Now once I bring this down, I'm going to come in with my dotting tool, and when I take my dotting tool, I'm going to start by making a dot, and then I'm going to take my striping brush and just run it through the top. I'm going to run it through the dot that I've already created, and I'm going to go up and just make a straight line and connect it to where I've already brought that down. Okay, so once I have all of that cured, I'm going to come in and just add the finishing touches on these drips, and I'm going to just add some dots to do that. The picture had some little twinkle stars, but I didn't have enough room. I think I did maybe one, but yeah, just randomly filling in little dots and kind of making those drips pop. And then once I do that, of course, I went in and cured. So for the pointer, I'm going to be adding some flames, and as you can see, I'm pulling out my stickers again. These are another one that I just recently hauled in my AliExpress haul, and I'm just going to take that and we're going to place that at the tip of her nail. Now these stickers are matte, and I find that I love matte stickers for some reason. I feel like they just pop even more. So I'm going to place that at the tip, and I'm going to use my little tool and just really press that in. Especially at the tip, you want to make sure that you really have that sticker on, and then if you have any on the sides, you kind of file that off. Now these ones, by using this tool, I was able to really press this sticker in. So I didn't even go in and file the sticker on the sides because it was on there so good. But you really see me applying a lot of pressure and making sure that it's on there. That's what you want to do when you're using stickers. So like before, I'm going to decorate this sticker, and I'm going to use that by just adding some dots. So pretty much just bringing all of it together. I'm bringing in my stickers, but I'm incorporating my other nail art designs and making it all one. I do wish that this sticker was a little bit longer, so it took up more space on the nail, but still, nonetheless, I still love the way that it looked. So like I said, I wish this sticker would have came up. So instead, I'm going to just add some little twinkle stars just to kind of bring it all together. I felt like that space needed to be occupied by something. So I'm going to start off by creating some dots, and then I'm going to come in with my little tool, and I'm going to start at the dot and just start coming out and bringing my lines, not adding any extra polish, but just starting with the dots and using that to kind of bring out those little twinkle lines. Once I do that, I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Okay, so for the thumb, the picture did not show the thumb, so me and my client really loved that middle finger, so that's the one we're going to use again. So for this one, I've already applied my black base, and now I'm coming in with my blossom gel and my white polish and just creating that little extra art that's on top. So once I've completed these nails, I did add a gel base to these stickers and then proceeded on with using my regular top coat. And that was it for this set, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. We absolutely loved this set, how it came out, me and my client. I love doing Halloween nails. I love doing nails that feature a bunch of art, and I felt like these nails just came out perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye.